Let's make some tomato stew and steamed rice with some vegetables. I started by cooking my proteins. For this recipe, I'll be making use of some chicken and beef. I added thyme, salt, curry, some seasoning cubes, and well blended onion, ginger, and garlic paste. Then I mixed everything thoroughly so that all the ingredient combines well. I allowed this to steam for 15 minutes so that the protein can release its juice before adding water for it to cook properly. After about 35 minutes, my protein was properly cooked, so I scooped it out and got it ready to fry. I set the stock aside, rinsed off the same pot, then I went in with my vegetable oil, some chopped onion for flavor, then I transferred my proteins into the already heated oil and I allowed these to fry until they turned golden brown. After this was ready, I scooped them out and set them aside. Into the same pot, I went in with some chopped onion, some rosemary for extra flavor, and thyme. I stir fried this for about 2 minutes. Next, I added my tomato paste and allowed it to fry for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I introduced my boiled tomato mix and stirred it well to combine. I left it to fry even more on a low heat to avoid my stew getting burnt. In another pot, I already had my water boiling, so I added my washed rice. I left this to boil for a while before washing it again. Please remember to add some salt when doing this. Back to my stew, I stirred it and added fresh blended pepper. This has been in the freezer, reason why it's iced. Now my pepper has dissolved, so I added my spices. Be careful not to add more seasoning or salt since you'll be adding your meat stock later. Mix this well and allow it to fry more until the oil separates and floats to the top. At this point, my rice has parboiled. Then I took it off the heat, washed it thoroughly. I added some more water and left it to cook again until it's done. Now my stew is well fried. I added my fried protein so that all the flavors can marry well. Give this a good mix and let it be for another 5 minutes. My rice was almost cooked. Now I added my vegetables. Let it steam with the rice. You want to do this when your rice is almost cooked to avoid overcooking the rice. 5 minutes later, my stew was fried. At this point, I introduced my meat stock and tasted to adjust the seasoning. I mixed it very well and allowed it to boil for another 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, my rice and stew is well cooked and ready to be served. Come, let's eat. But before then, would you try out this recipe? Thank you for sticking around with me, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much, bestie. Bye.